Good day, and thank you once again for joining me here on Anastasia Radio. Once again, my name is Stephen Pierce, and we're here to talk about integrated, state-of-the-art, sustainable systems that allow us to build homes or buildings or develop developments anywhere in the world at a lower economic cost with a higher physical, structural quality and at any architectural style. We talked last time, if you didn't get the segment, on SIP panels, structural SIP panels, and the three types that we employ to design developments, buildings, homes, and so forth. One of the great things about these panels is not only that they are structurally superior than almost every conventional material out there, they're thermodynamic. And their thermodynamics work so well that basically when you build a house using a SIP structural panel, thermal structural panel, you end up reducing the amount of power or energy it would take to heat or cool that house by 80% or more, depending on the design and where you are located. That is a great advantage to using this material, especially if you're going to employ renewable energy systems. Yes, we know in renewable energy systems, if you try to put them on a conventional building or home, they are extremely expensive. Just go look at a solar array, go look at all the other things you would have to put on to cover the load on a conventional house. What we've done in the design system was we've lowered the power factor, starting with the structure being thermodynamic. Then we use Energy Star Plus or European designed appliances that use 30 to 40, even sometimes 60% less energy than a conventional appliance that is not designed that way. We then install only LED lightings for a number of reasons. One, the lowest power factor possible is LED, and there is no negative environmental impact like there is with fluorescents, because fluorescents contain mercury, and as they're thrown back in the landfill, you're actually polluting the environment. So we use LED lighting, and then we use a couple of other techniques that are sustainable but very low in their cost factor, and we can maintain the internal temperature of any building or home with very little energy needs or energy needed to do so. So that ends up letting us put smaller, less expensive renewable energy systems on our sustainable buildings and homes. Then we add another component to it, which we'll be expanding and talking about in greater depth, is we don't only want to save energy and create a more comfortable environment in the home, we also want to make the home healthier in the inside, because what's making most people sick in many cases is not the external environment, it's the internal environment within their own home. So we want to have a healthier environment inside, and we've accomplished that in several different ways, and we'll be talking about that. But we also want to reduce our usage of water and use water in a more efficient way, both fresh water, and then what we call gray water, and also our black water systems. And we'll be going over that in more depth. But the design that we've used in the structural and in the energy reduces the cost of the renewable energy system by size and reduces the amount of energy you would be using regardless of how the building was connected to any power system. So that's a great advantage that we think has really allowed us to move the envelope forward in a truly integrated, self-sustainable design and system. And next we're going to be talking about the water usage and the environment of these homes or buildings. So we invite you again to come back to Anastasia Radio as we continue these spots and start getting in more and more in depth as we move forward. Now right now we're just kind of generally going over what we are talking about in the integrated state-of-the-art self-sustainable systems that we employ.